Hello and good morning. Let's take a look here. We're converting to base 10. This one right here is in base 5. So what you need to do is first expand it. So at the top, put 5 to the 0, 5 to the first, and 5 to the second. So it's 2 times 5 to the second. Okay, so once you expand it out, the next thing you want to do, 5 times 5 is 25, 2 times 25 is 50, 4 times 5 is 20, and 3 times 1 is going to be 3. So this looks like 5 or 73 should be base 10. And you could put the base 10 down here if you like. Okay, so now that we converted it to base 10, we want to convert it to base 2. So you got to do long division. So put 73 and put a 2. Here we go. So 2 goes into 7 3 times with 1 left over. 2 goes into 13 6. That's 12 with 1 left over. 2 again. 2 goes into 3 1 time with 1 left over. 2 goes into 16 8 with 0 left over. 2 again. 2 goes into 18 9 times with a remainder of 0. And then 2 again. 2 goes into 9 4, that's 8 with 1 left over. 2 goes into 4 2 times with a remainder of 0. 2 goes into 2 1 time with a remainder of 0. And then 2 goes into 1 0 times with a remainder of 1. So we're finally done. And so it's going to go up this way. So it's 1 0 0, and then 1 0 0, and then a 1. And this is base 2. Okay? Today, you're going to be doing this work out of the book. If I call you up or write down your name, you will need to show me your work at the end of the period. Okay? Just to make sure that you're working. All right, let's go on. This right here is find the zeros, and this is college algebra. So here, you're going to take 2x minus 3. You're going to set that equal to 0. You're going to multiply by x plus 5 to clear that denominator. When you clear the denominator, you get 2x minus 3 is equal to 0. And then you want to move that over here. And when you do, you get 3 divided by 2, and that is a 0. Okay? This one right here, it says factor. Well, we had this one yesterday as well. 3 times 10 is 30. We want 6 and 5, right? Because when you subtract, you get 1. So we're going to substitute. So we're going to say 3x squared, 6x, 5x, and then we're going to put a negative 10 on the end. We want a plus with the bigger one, so we end up with a plus and a negative here. We're going to take out a 3 and an x, and you're left with x plus 2. And here we're going to take out a negative 5, and we're left with x plus 2. We're going to take out the x plus 2, and you're left with 3x minus 5. Make sure you know how to factor this. If you need to, go home and redo it and memorize it. So this is going to be x plus 2 is equal to 0, and this one is equal to 0. So you're going to get a negative 2, and then here you're going to get 5 divided by 3. Okay, today we're going to talk a little bit in the book here. So on your graphing calculator, I want you to graph this one, and we're going to find the max and the min. So graph that one up, and let's take a look here. Open your book up to page 190. Okay, so we're looking at example 4. So right here, let's take a look here, page 190. Catch up with me now. Okay, they want to know where it's increasing, decreasing, or constant. Okay, so let's say I run really fast and I'm increasing my speed up to here. Okay, so from negative infinity to negative 1, I'm increasing my speed. And then I kind of slow down, slow down, slow down. So from -1 to +1, I'm slowing down, decreasing. And then I say, okay, let me run fast again. And so now I increase from +1 all the way to +infinity. And that's how you do that. And that's how you read it. And notice I only use the x values, okay, from the x's. This one right here is -infinity to 0 is increasing. From 0 to 2, it's flat, it's constant speed. And then from here to +infinity, it is decreasing. Okay? So again, increasing, increasing. So this one's increasing the whole way. Now that point right there where it turns, it may not actually have increase or decrease. And they'll talk more about that as you move on. All right, let's go to example 5. Example 5 is actually the one that I want you to graph. Okay, so graph it and then take a look at it. Well, they already did it for us here. So from -infinity all the way to this point right here, which looks like 1, it is decreasing. So -infinity to 1, it's decreasing. From 1 to +infinity, it's increasing. Okay, so read that and make sure you understand what I said. Average rate of change. I want you to copy this formula down. I'm on page 192. And I want you to memorize it. Now, here's how this works, so pay attention. And then I'm going to get you started. They give you some points here. If you look at example 6, they give you some x values, x2 and x1. And then they give you the function. So the formula says you want to take f of x2. So you're going to take this here and you're going to plug in -1 and get a value. And they did, and they got 2. Then you're going to take the function and you're going to plug in -2 and work it out. And they got -2. But down here on the bottom, it's just a change in your x's. So all you do here is take your x2 minus your x1. So -1 minus the -2. I want you to read through this because what I just said is correct. On the bottom, it's slope, basically, okay? So for slope, it's your y's over your x's. So your x's are here. You can't find your y's till you plug them in, okay? So you plug in the x2 first and then the x1, all right? And number 7, or example 7, is the same. We'll talk about example 8 probably tomorrow. But for today, your work is right here. So pick up where you left off and copy this down and start working quietly. Have a good morning.